the largest creators on YouTube, wine creators like Konstantin Baum, are not really big in YouTube terms. And just as a thought experiment, I'm curious about your idea here. What do you think is the cap for the wine industry? How large of a subscriber count can
I
like
believe
YouTuber?
Constantine in an interview recently. Constantine's my quasi friend. We talk pretty regularly about ideas, everything like that. And he said in an interview once that he feels like there's space on YouTube for several channels with millions of subscribers. I completely agree. You look at, I follow a lot of tech channels. If a new camera comes out, there's like 6 channels that I watch all 6 videos because I want to get all the different opinions of the same camera. The reason it just hasn't happened yet is nobody has learned to be good yet in terms of, and the threshold for quality just keeps going up on YouTube. Like, because you see some of my favorite channels, they're like Hollywood level production. I could never be that, but you got to get better, keep getting better and better and better because it matters what it looks like when you click on the video. So I do believe that there's room for several channels to have millions of subscribers out there. You look at it's obvious. You look at some of the most popular videos on YouTube are Andre Mack's videos. Granted, he's connected to Bon Appetit magazine, which already has a big channel base.
Yeah.
But you see some of his videos get millions of views and thousands and thousands of real comments of people wanting that information. People want to learn about wine, but they just don't want to learn about it in the old way. They don't want to be stuffy. I always tell, you probably have this experience when you drink with people that like wine but aren't as geeky about it. They pretty much know nothing, and they get really intimidated. You don't have to know a lot about wine to enjoy it. The cool, and unfortunately, some of the most knowledgeable people still to this day that I know are writers. Granted, I was just on a trip. One of my friends is from Poland. He's been writing for 25 years, writes for the most prestigious Polish magazine. How a writer personality is going to be different than a performer, somebody that's on video. So I think sommeliers have a real shot. That's why Andre Mack Andre Mack's super experienced. I know some people that have worked under him, but he's got the personality. He's a sommelier. He's worked on the floor. I know Konstantin Baum. He doesn't have the most engaging personality, but he's German and he's himself. So people really relate to that authenticity.
Yeah, exactly. And I think also this authenticity and being able to tell stories is very important because the wine industry is a little bit stuck in this like a little bit geeky and very data driven mindset, which is good. I'm not saying that we shouldn't tell the data, but you have to package it and tell. And it's not just packaging, but because all of these stories that's behind the wineries, the history of wine regions and everything, you can tell this in a way that it is enjoyable for a person that is like not related into the wine industry at all.
I agree 100%. You're 100% right, Arpad. Like, we got to get away from how many months in oak is it? What's the exact percentage of the varieties?
How many hectares?
Anybody that's ever cooked before, when you're making a soup, you're from Hungary. I love making paprikash. I'm great at, not great. I enjoy making fish paprikash. I love making it. It's not the same every single time. Whatever you're adding, you have to adjust. The same thing's happening in the cellar. You have to blend from a lot of barrels. If anybody spent any time in the cellar, they will laugh when they see some of these tech sheets, which is funny. It's impossible. It really depends on the vintage, the kind of grapes that are coming in. And people don't want to know it. Most people want to know. Actually, I have a Hungarian wine right here, actually.
Wow.
Bigger Superior from Vestergomby. Yes. People want to know, is this wine good value for money? Am I going to enjoy drinking it? That's all they want to know for the most part. For people that are consuming wines that are above, in Germany, Denmark, above Germany, the Netherlands, above €3, or in the US, like that are above $12 because it's a little bit more expensive. Is the wine going to taste good? Is it value for money? That's what most people want to know.
Exactly. So we have to really learn to tell the stories and find those things that are the customers are curious about.
Yeah, 100%. It's really hard because small producers you and me get excited about, they're not well distributed. I mean, like, I love Sexardi Bikava, and I'm not just saying that because you're on the channel. It's one of my favorite styles of wine in the world. All the producers are pretty tiny. in terms
Yeah.
of world volume mark. These are not going to be distributed. And even if I did tell the story of Chava Vestergambi, which you probably know, great guy,
Yeah.
super happy
Yeah.
guy, how many people can actually experience that? Not very many people. It's
Exactly.
really difficult. That small producers have their market because they build relationships with their clientele, and then they can just sell the same clientele over and over, year in and year out. It's pretty difficult to get a new consistent customers. Some people might, oh, try this wine, but how many people will go back over and over because it's hard to get, and maybe they don't have as close a intimate connection with the producer.
Thanks for watching this video. You can watch the full podcast episode by clicking here, or watch another interesting video by clicking here. Let's continue the discussion in the comment section and see you in the next one.